Brothers presents Adventure Time Movie News.
Have you heard of the movie Coyote versus Acme?
Yeah, I did.
A movie about Wile E. Coyote, who gets blown up by the Acme products that he purchases to kill Roadrunner with. And Will Forte, and he's like, I think you got a lawsuit against Acme because they keep blowing you up. So they team up to sue Acme. Just sounds like a really silly, fun movie. Will Forte, John Cena, James Gunn, those are some big time names. I mean,
yeah.
And they had not only finished it, they had begun test screenings. Everyone was loving them. They had approval ratings in the 90s. People seemed to really enjoy this movie. And then Warner Brothers just canceled it, which is now the third movie they've done this with. It's really strange that they keep doing this. So this movie cost $70 million to make. So that would be another $35 million to market the movie. If they don't release it, though, they don't have to spend that $35 million. And they actually think that they'll be saving themselves some money because if they spend the extra $35 million, they don't think they'll make enough back to actually cut their losses better than if they just didn't release it.
So they think they're going to save more by taking a loss on their taxes than they will by actually releasing the film.
Brian Duffield, he's a director. He made a really weird movie that I saw this year, No One Will Save You, that looked really good and ended up being really dumb. He said he's never going to work with Warner Brothers. If there's no guarantee that the movies that they make with them are ever going to come out, I don't know why you would.
Right.
Then he posted on X and said, the people working at Warner Brothers are anti-art, and I hope multiple anvils drop on their heads.
Yeah, that's a really common reaction, actually. Like, there's a ton of people who are involved in these movies that have been canceled at Warner Brothers that have just hated it. Like,
yeah,
they're crushed. This thing that they've spent so much time and energy on, and they're excited for people to see, nobody's ever going to see it. They're really mad. Is it David Zaslav, the guy that's in charge of Warner Brothers right now?
Yeah, that's right.
He is despised by many people in the movie industry. And he's not a movie industry guy. He's like a CEO that has really nothing to do with movies. But they brought him into Warner Brothers hoping that he could, Yeah. So other interesting news with Warner Brothers right now is Tom Cruise signing with Warner Brothers. I mean, it's not an exclusive thing because he's still working with Paramount on Mission Impossible, and he's still making that movie where he's literally going to space with another studio. Yeah, Tom Cruise is going to space. Have you not heard of this movie?
No.
He's going to do a spacewalk outside the International Space Station. It's real.
How can he do that? How can he get approval to do that?
I don't know.
That's insane. Holy cow.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
He will. This is the one where he dies.
Yeah. So, anyway, there's also a pretty strong rumor that Warner Brothers might be buying out Paramount.
Oh, wow.
Paramount's had a really bad year.
I can't believe that Paramount is having a bad year. They put out absolute bangers. They put out great movies, and they're going to go bankrupt somehow. Was that your news you were going to share?
It'll count.
Okay. Did you have something else you wanted to talk about?
Well, I don't know if you're aware of the four announced Star Wars movies coming up.
Well, I know that they announce movies constantly about Star Wars, and then
they never happen.
So I just never pay attention anymore to any Star Wars news. But what's the deal now?
So a little while back, they had this big Star Wars day, and they announced these 3 new Star Wars movies, and one is going to be Rey starts the Jedi Academy again, and then there's supposed to be a Star Wars movie about the very first Force user, the origin story of the Force kind of thing. There's a third one that I can't even remember, and then they announced weeks later that Jon Favreau was going to direct a Mandalorian movie. So I don't know if it's going to take the place of season 4 or if it's going to come between seasons 3 and 4 or what the deal is there. But the fact that they didn't release it, announce it with the other ones, makes me think this is maybe an afterthought, which I don't know.
Well, a lot of times with Disney Plus series, I feel like they should just be a movie anyway, and that they didn't really have the runtime for a 6-part TV series, so maybe that will bode well, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Well, Adventure Time movie news is done.